For the last few years, several government departments have explored the professionalisation of the events industry. There have been discussions about the need to develop and support professional bodies involved in driving this process. For 10 years, SACIA and our various councils have been at the forefront in developing professional recognition programs that support this vision. I'm Kevin Jones, the Executive Director of SACIA. I wanted to share the role we've played and continue to play in turning this vision into reality. It's a journey that started 10 years ago when the Technical Production and Services Association, the TPSA, was merged into SACIA. At that stage, SACIA was already recognised as a professional body by SACWA and had developed several designations that recognised the competence of audiovisual technicians. The TPSA board were keen to expand formal recognition to individuals working in the technical elements of the live events industry, and so we set about developing new designations for event technical crew. TPSA was reformed as a council within SACIA, and within 2 years we were able to develop and launch professional recognition programs for stage managers, lighting technicians, sound technicians, and entertainment riggers. One of the core TPSA activities had been the development of the SANS 10366 National Standard for Safety in the Events Industry. In 2018, SACIA entered into a collaboration agreement with the US-based Event Safety Alliance and established a dedicated council to focus on event safety. The objective of our Event Safety Council is to embed a safety-first culture into the local events industry and to encourage compliance with legislation and safety protocols. In order to recognise the competence of event safety officers, we've developed 2 professional designations that are awarded based on a review of an individual's knowledge, competence, and work experience. At about the same time as we were building our TPSA and event safety communities, several other associations in the events industry were working together to develop professional designations for event organisers. Around 2012, EXA, SACI, and IFIA had provided seed funding to establish the Council of Event Professionals Africa. The board had been appointed, and while SEPA operated independently of the founding associations, individual members were actively involved in developing SEPA as a standalone professional body. Progress was slow, and in 2019, SEPA was deregistered as a standalone organisation and reconstituted as a special interest group within SACIA. The SEPA board became the SEPA Council, and with input from a much broader base of external stakeholders, we concluded the process of developing designations for event organisers. Unfortunately, the global COVID pandemic impacted our events industry severely, with President Ramaphosa declaring a state of national disaster on the 27th of March 2020. What was originally expected to be a 21-day lockdown period extended into a 2-year lockdown that continued until April 2022. This pandemic put a serious dent into our plans to launch professional designations for the events industry. We used the time to collaborate with industry associations and academic partners to develop assessment tools that could be used to assess the competence of individuals applying for professional recognition, and to develop training programs that were specifically relevant to the events industry. Our event management designations were registered with SACWA in November 2020. We delayed the introduction of the qualifying exam until August 2023. It was well received, and our first cohort of industry professionals to earn a professional designation in event management were recognised at Meetings Africa in 2024. Whilst several of the designated individuals were members of SEPA's founding bodies, designated members were drawn from a wider community of event organisers, including people working in business, sport, and entertainment events. As the year continued, the competence of more people was assessed, and by the end of 2024, 52 people had been awarded a professional designation in event management. In addition, 22 people had earned a professional designation in event safety. Each person had to pass an online exam and provide a comprehensive portfolio of evidence that supported their claim of competence. Members were also required to sign a code of professional conduct that binds them to a higher standard of business and ethics. The work we did during the COVID lockdown also allowed us to develop and deliver several CPD training programs, helping people prepare to write the qualifying exam for a professional designation, keeping them up to date with the trends and technologies shaping the future of the events industry. In July last year, more than 50 people attended our online course covering the essential elements of event safety. The course was built around local legislation, standards, bylaws, and codes of practice. 43 industry experts, including guest lecturers from the VPLT in Germany, the Event Safety Alliance in the USA, and the Global Crowd Management Alliance in the UK, shared their knowledge over 14 dedicated modules. Additionally, in November 2024, we hosted a dedicated 12-module course in event management. Academics and industry practitioners, both local and international, shared their knowledge across multiple topics related to event management. To date, more than half the class have written and passed the qualifying exam for a designation in event management and are preparing their portfolios of evidence for submission to the SACIA assessment panel. We offer a full range of event industry training, all aligned with international standards and best practice. Most of our training programs are endorsed by other SACIA recognized professional bodies, and in many cases we collaborate with other professional bodies in delivering our training programs. For example, during 2024, we supported the South African Chefs Association in their training programs, and they delivered a module on food safety in our training program. Collaboration is key for effective skills transfer. We've also worked closely with students engaged in formal study. In 2024, we trialled an initiative with the TUT Faculty of Tourism and Event Management, where final year students exploring a career in event management provided an opportunity to write the qualifying exam for a professional designation. 42 students who passed the qualifying exam and completed their studies have now been inducted as a member of SACIA's Young Professionals Forum, where we can provide career guidance and support as they pursue their chosen career. Once they've completed 1 year of relevant work experience, they can be fast-tracked into a professional designation and become part of a community of event management professionals working to drive a commitment to excellence within the events industry. Based on the success of the 2024 trial, the program is being expanded this year to include students from Central University of Technology in Bloemfontein and Boston City campus. We've achieved a lot in the last decade, and we've done so with only limited support from government. We're already recognised by SACIA with 8 event-specific designations already listed on SACIA's Register of Professional Designations. We've been involved in setting standards and play a major role in leading the TC264 Technical Committee, responsible for the SANS 10366 national standard for safety in the events industry. We've developed robust assessment tools that are highly regarded by all stakeholders. We've already developed and delivered training programs, and we promote continuing professional development by industry practitioners. We've been working with both the CAT SETA and the Services SETA to develop and refine occupational qualifications relevant to the event sector. We work closely with young graduates to create career pathways that provide them with an entry point into the events industry. We have an established code of professional conduct that binds members to a higher standard of business and ethics. We promote transformation and diversity within the events industry, and we monitor the performance of designated members in alignment with SACIA's policy and criteria for the recognition of professional bodies. If we can achieve all of these things without support, imagine what we can achieve when we have access to the resources necessary to thrive. We stand ready to support government's drive for professionalisation, working together to promote the adoption of professional standards and ethical business practices in the events industry across Southern Africa. If you'd like more information about SACIA and our drive to promote the adoption of professional standards in the events industry, please give me a call or drop me a message. We look forward to working with you.